Yes, people, we are live. Big up to all of you. Big up to everyone in the house. Make sure you do me a favor and hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. If you're not already, please do me a favor also and check out Manscaped. Use the code FTM20 for the beard hedger on manscaped.com and make sure you are dealing with that deal. Big up to Billy. Big up to Dan United. Big up to Deji. Big up to Errol, LB, and Don will be joining us very, very soon. So please make sure you are locked in. First of all, before we go anywhere, a massive rest in peace to Sven Goran Eriksson. The very sad news today that he has passed away at the age of 76. In my opinion, done an unbelievable job with England. At the time when we were losing to better teams. People thought that we are underachieving at the time. Let's be real. He took the golden generation and did the best that he could with it. And some really nice messages, really real kind gestures, particularly from David Beckham, Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, all of the England teammates that have sent some amazing messages. So we must say that first of all, RIP to you, Sven. Big up to Billy, Dan, Deji, and Errol. We've got the boys joining us soon. We're going to go straight into the Arsenal and Villa game. Then we're going to move to Manchester United. Then we're going to talk about Liverpool and Spurs, man, because if I'm honest with you, Liverpool yesterday was a bit of a snooze fest. I can't lie, but they did the job. Big up to LB, who's just joined us as well. Listen, let's go into it. Billy. Oh, Billy boy. Billy. I watched that game and all I could think of was you screaming at the TV at Ollie Watkins. Bro, it could have been a very different story if he would have put them chances away. Would have seen yourself go 2-0 up. However, I don't think that means that Aston Villa deserved to win the game. And hear me out here, right? Because if that was the case, then Arsenal deserved to win the game in the Emirates last season because we missed two ridiculous chances from Trossard. I think it was Havertz. We didn't deserve to win it because Villa were better because they took their chances and we didn't. And that's why I think this is a kind of flip reverse this time. You had the chance to win the game and you fluffed your lines. Arsenal had the chance to win the game and they took it. Now, you can kind of say the party got was a little bit lucky because I think Emi Martinez has got to be doing better there, right? But I thought Trossard come on and destroyed you, man. Honestly, I think the movement, I don't know who your new right back is, but he's going to be having nightmares, man. That new lad that you brought on from...
he's only 18, bless him.
Yeah, is he? And he looked about 12 when he come on. I know he's tall, but my God, he looks young, man. But I thought, personally, Trossard gave you nightmares. I was massively impressed by the way that Arsenal showed what I thought was a huge statement win. Everyone that I spoke to was like, you're going to lose, Potsy. You're going to lose this one. I even went in to have some breakfast with my mates. The geezer saw my Arsenal shirt. He goes, oh, I'm a Villa fan. I'm going up there later. 2-0 to the Villa. Rich said 3-1. You sat on the fence, but let's be real, Bill. I think you were quietly confident that you might get something out of it. So I don't think Villa did deserve the win, man. Because when you fluff your lines, you can't walk away from the game and go, should have won that game. Because you didn't take your chances. And Arsenal did. Let's be real. The first 45 minutes was like walking football from both sides, by the way. It was well like, what is happening here? We're going to break each other down. I think the way that you set up was fair. I think Emery did put out a low block. But I've got to say it, man. I think Villa will be disappointed. But other than Morgan Rogers, who I thought was unbelievable, by the way, I think you'll look at Watkins and think that was a bad day at the office. And I'm not sure how you can say he deserved the win. But you see it differently, brother. So you go for it.
Yeah, I thought we was really unlucky, to be honest with you. Those chances, there's no excuse for them. You have to be taking them. And I think if Watkins takes one of them, both of them, I think it's a different story, and I think we go on and win the game. Yeah, disappointing, really, really disappointing, because like I said, I did think that we deserved to come away with something. But look, it is what it is. I've had a bit of time to sleep on it now. And yeah, we didn't win. But you know what? If we play like that every week for the next 36 game weeks, I think we're going to be back in a Champions League position for certain. I was really, really impressed with us. I thought the way that we played...
Billy, the only man I know that can predict the team to finish sixth, lose against Arsenal and think, yeah, we're going Champions League now, actually.
Hell no. It's the way we played and the way that we have played for the past two games. I've been really, really impressed with it. And you know, Watkins misses those, but I know that he'll click into gear soon. Hopefully in time for Leicester at the weekend. You know, I've got full faith in him to come back from that. He's gonna, look, you probably have had a sleepless night on Saturday, out of the memory, and look forward now. I've, like I said, I've been really impressed with us. I have been really impressed with us, and I think we've played really, really well. I think we was really unlucky, and yeah, I do. I really do think that if we play like that for 36 more game weeks, then we've got a very, very good chance of finishing in a Champions League spot again.
As long as Watkins is on fire, bro. If he does that for the rest of the season, wow.
Well, yeah, that's the one caveat.
I don't know how he did it, man. I don't know how he missed them 2 chances. I don't know what one. I think the first one was kind of, I don't know. Maybe the second one was worse. I don't know. They were both so bad, man. I don't know. It was a madness.
The thing is, for me, people are trying, or some Villa fans are trying to make excuses for him, saying he's had no preseason, this, that, and the other. You don't need a preseason to take those chances. You're a professional footballer, for God's sake. It's completely inexcusable, those 2 chances. You cannot make an excuse.
The header was class from Raya, but he shouldn't have been even given a chance to save it. And
that's the thing for me. It shouldn't even have been a save to make. There shouldn't have been a save to make. All on Watkins for that. All on Watkins.
Yeah.
And it's like I've said to you, Potts, before, and I've said on the show many, many times. The only thing that Watkins lacks to be a top player is that killer instinct finishing ability. Now, last season, I couldn't say a thing because he was quality. He was fantastic. Not started well this season.
No, he hasn't. Deji, come on, bro.
Yeah, a couple of things. I just want to say I've got a confession to make. You probably wouldn't have noticed because I'm short-sighted. I wear glasses, but I wear contact lenses when I'm doing these shows. I think if I'm wearing my glasses and the ball hits my glasses, it goes in. That's how dusty that Watkins miss was. Now, I have to say, I'm unimpressed with both teams. Let me explain the Villa one first. If Watkins is the player that Billy was leading me to believe a couple of weeks ago, he bangs. The first one, you missed out on the first opportunity. It was harder to miss than to score, and he missed that. So that's a disgrace. And then he did that thing with the header. So for me, it's unforgivable, and now I can definitely tell you that Solanke is better than Watkins. The other thing I would say, you can't chat to me now. It was coming. You know, I'm always going to rep my club.
My God.
Watkins there is a disgrace. Now, for you, Dan, to say how you deserve to win, you didn't deserve to win. Because had Watkins done what he had to do, you guys would have lost.
But he didn't, Deji.
I know he didn't. What you guys did is you got the win, but it was a dusty win. Do you get what I'm saying? So I give you credit for winning, but I was unconvinced by both teams. There was nothing I saw in that game that made me think, ooh, Arsenal are a team to fear. Arsenal are a team to watch. I mean, we saw what Chelsea did to Wolves yesterday, and I told you that Wolves team doesn't eat meat. But anyway, that's another story.
Am I bugging, or does he look like Obi-Wan Kenobi from the fucking Empire Strikes Back? It looks like he's got no graphic. Is that just a green screen? It's the green screen. It must be the green screen.
It's a green screen, man. It's a green
screen.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll deal with your club as well, everyone as well. Don't you worry about that, mate. So for me, Arsenal got the 3 points, but really and truly, had it been a decent team, had it been a top 6 side, Arsenal lose that game. So for me, that's worrying, Dan. And I think you guys need to look at that. Aston Villa have just proved what we all knew and what we were saying last week. You guys are dusty. And Billy, I'm just waiting for time. You know, they say time is the healer of all things. I'm waiting to the end of September when your invite is revoked from this show, because your team, there's nothing about racing to Europe. There's nothing about doing anything in Europe. You guys are rubbish.
Is this a Spurs fan speaking there? Is this working? Sorry. What's going on here, man? What am I listening to? Where's this waffle? Also, I'm pretty sure, I watched Solanke for Spurs the other day, yeah? Did he miss, I can't remember if it was this week or last week. I'm pretty sure he missed 2 golden opportunities.
He was out this week. He's injured already.
So the first game, I'm pretty sure, that Solanke missed 2 pretty decent chances.
He got it on target, bro. I don't think it
It
was better than what
Watkins was on target, mate.
Watkins showed us. It was better than what Watkins showed us, bro. I'm telling you that for free. Solanke in that situation bangs. Everyone knows that.
Deji,
Well,
you say the end of September, yeah?
I don't expect to see you on this Race for Europe show.
He will be Deji by he has to be.
Wolves,
He has to be because he'll be in the Champions League.
You don't expect to see Billy on this show because you won't be on
There are
it.
fixtures until the end of September.
Bro, Spurs they're on this show next year, man. I'll tell you that now.
Bro, who do you support, bro? Who do you support?
The greatest team in the land and all the world. I'm just here to watch, bro. My club wins everything, unlike your football club that wins fucking jack
we'll
shit.
be dealing with you as well, mate. Don't you worry. You wait till you come to my gaff.
Bro, what are you talking about?
The one team that is guaranteed to slap you up is my club. True or false?
Bro, you literally had the chance.
The one team that is guaranteed to slap you up is my club. True or false?
No.
And what did your manager say about my club? Do you respect your manager?
Your club, what? Harry
Do
Kane
you respect your manager, LB?
Harry Kane FC.
Do you respect your manager? Do you respect
your great player is a player that's never won anything? How mad is that?
Do you respect your manager's
It's
opinion?
insane, bro. The only top six club on here that's not won a trophy. Even Man United, who are absolutely trash, still win trophies.
Look, we've just met. Do you respect your manager's opinion?
Yeah, do respect it. Why was he saying?
What did he say about my club?
Don't know. Go on, tell me.
What did he say about my club, mate? You don't know.
You're irrelevant to me, so it probably went in one way, out the other.
Spurs, by the way, because of the way that we play football, he expects Spurs to be involved in the title race. Are you going to disrespect Pep?
Bro, he says that about every single.
Are you going to disrespect Pep, mate?
He says that about every single.
Deji, he says that United should be respected, and I think we all know where that goes. Come on.
I mean, that with the United one, that's banter. We know that's banter. Do you know what I mean? We've seen you guys play. He genuinely
is actually a madman.
Anyway, look,
banter. In our worst time in our history, we've still won more trophies than you, mate. You know, considering you've had this fucking golden boom, we've won. We've still got 2 trophies in the last 2 seasons. Yeah, okay.
Are you?
Deji, let me get this right. You don't respect Arsenal, but it was a lucky win. You don't respect Villa because they're dusty. Man United are a banter club. Man City is scared of Spurs, and you're coming for Errol. We don't know why, and we'll find out soon. Is that about right?
Yeah. Okay. So far, so good.
Do you know what? So far, so good. Listen. This is why I invite Deji. He's a madman. I'll tell you this now, bro. LB, let you come in, man. Because obviously, you've said to me you see Arsenal in the title race this season. Do you think that's a huge win for us, bro? Did you think we were lucky? Where do you see this one with as far as Villa and Arsenal concerned?
Well, it's a huge win in the sense that going to Villa Park and getting 3 points ain't easy, yeah? But I still don't think you've done enough in this transfer window. I still think you're 2, maybe 3 players short of what you needed to do. And I still think that City will win the league, man, because we've improved our squad massively by bringing in Gundogan and Savio. And I look at you brought in Calafiori into your defence when you already had a mint defence anyway. And I get like the whole, building more players in there and all that, but you don't really need to do that much. You've still not got Saka cover. You've still not got an out-and-out number 9, who I think is very important. And I still think you need a creative midfielder. So I still don't think you've done enough in the transfer window. I still think you'll be there. I still think you'll be in a title race. I'm not saying that you won't be there. I think you will. But do I think you've done enough to win the league? Nah, but it was a good win. Like, at the end of the day, getting 3 points at Villa Park ain't easy. And you did that. And, we can talk about, who deserved the win, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, you won, Villa lost. So that's the facts. You won 2 out of 2. And like I say, it's a good 3 points for you. But I just don't think you've done enough, bro, to be honest with you. I just don't.
I can't lie and try and come back at that at all. I agree with every word. There's still time. But my goodness, there's about 4 days left. I don't know how we're going to be able to sell players and bring these players in, man. But Arteta and Edu have said we've got to relax and be excited. So let's see how excited we are when that window shuts, man. Let me tell you that. Errol, what was your thoughts on the game, my brother?
Do you know what? I didn't really see much. I've only really caught the highlights, but obviously he's already touched on the Watkins misses and their chances. He did better than the Euros. He had half a slip of the Euros and absolutely buried it. So he is of the caliber. He is going to be a quality player, and sometimes it just takes a minute.
Did you think Arsenal were going to win?
Yeah, to be fair, I did. I expected you to win because it's early goes into the season. The thing where I'm sat with the whole Arsenal thing at the moment is, I don't know whether I want you to go the distance in terms of a title race and push City and whoever else as far as you possibly can, and then end up with a third season's heartbreak, or do I want you to implode before October so that your fan base is at civil war with each other from October till May, because that'll be just brilliant for everybody, for every neutral in the land. I think they would enjoy that. I'm not really sure, but at the minute, you're keeping the wheels on track. And as I say, another 2 games in, 6 points. Still a couple of big games before, obviously, the international break and whatnot. But at the end of the day, Arsenal are going to put themselves there or thereabouts from the outset, and I think that's a really important thing for you. As I think you've set out your stall, this has to be the season for Mikel Arteta to lift some form of silverware. He has assembled this team now. There is no hiding place. Ultimately, I think he was afforded time on the basis that he won the FA Cup, albeit with a Unai Emery squad. He wasn't happy with that squad. He didn't think that squad was capable of challenging for top honours. So he's tore down the house to renovate it and rebuild it. And I think for as much as he's been backed, yeah, LB says you're a player or two short, but I think he's quite happy with the squad that he's got, if I'm being completely honest with you. And I know as an Arsenal fan, you might be a little bit disgruntled at that, but from a manager's perspective, and you're looking at it from a manager, does he really want to try and manage any more egos or bring in another big name or a big hitter up top? Or he's seen the likes of the Aubameyangs in the past. Does he really want another profile like that, who he knows prolific, but then comes with the added baggage? And does that disrupt the harmony in his squad? So I think that's something that him and the board have had to finally balance, which is why he's probably gone for 2 lesser known players that he feels he can mould still in the same way that he's moulded other players within the squad. Is that going to be enough? I think we're all expecting that City are going to have to drop off in order for it to be enough, especially in terms of what Arsenal can do. But I genuinely feel this season's got to be a season where he pushes and gets the absolute most out of this Arsenal squad, no matter who he brings in between now and the end of the season, because he can't miss this season. He has to pull up something. He has to pick up a trophy somewhere along the way. Otherwise, I can see it imploding sooner rather than later.
Not just any trophy; it has to be a major one, Errol, as well.
Well, to be fair, I think if he was to pick up, I know some Arsenal fans will probably be a little bit miffed, but if he was to pick up an FA Cup, I think you would accept it. If you were in a title race, guaranteed Champions League, picking up an FA Cup, I think you would think, okay, there's a winner in there. We can still stick with him. Where you will struggle to justify, would it be season 5 next year? Is this season 4 full? Is this his 4th full season?
This is season 5.
But this is his 4th full season though, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Full season.
To justify giving him that 5th full season, he has to have silverware, because look, your fans were going absolutely apeshit after Wenger struggled to lift up any trophies after about 4.5 years, 5 years. You were all infighting, you were calling for Wenger out. This was a manager that had come in and absolutely nearly won it all, aside from obviously the Champions League, the only trophy to elude him. Really. So when you deep it, how are you going to afford, Mikel Arteta more grace than someone who is a bona fide legend at the club? I struggle to see how Arsenal fans will keep their shit together if you don't win a trophy this year.
You know why it is, Errol? Because they're scared of going back to being a banter club. Like they let Wenger go. They were banter club during the end of Wenger as well, to be fair. Then they turned into this banter club, and now they've got back up there competing. I think a lot of Arsenal fans are scared that if they get rid of Arteta, that will be it, and they'll go back down again. But not sound patronising.
Why would we go, LB? Why would we go back?
No. I'm not saying you would go back.
Oh, okay.
But obviously, if you get rid of Arteta, there is a chance that you might go back. You get a new manager in, you could go better than Arteta and start winning things, or you can get a new manager in and you could go back. So I do think there's an inherent fear with some of these Arsenal fans that saying, if we get rid of Arteta, there's no guarantee it'll get better, and that's facts. But the point is, surely at some point you have to take that gamble. Surely at some point you have to take that risk and say, you know what? Yeah, he's competing, but we're not winning anything. At some point, if he doesn't win anything, we have to take that risk.
Let me ask you this question, Potts. Here right now, as it sits and stands, the season's just started. Do you have a winning squad or a winning manager?
I don't think we have either at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that either.
Well, then that's the scary thing for me, because I think if you was to dislodge Arteta, you could get a winning manager come in and he could turn this squad of players into winners.
Who, Errol? Who
Who could turn the squad in?
Who can they go out there and go and get?
If it was Don, he would say, bring in Maresca. sorry.
No, I think there's arguments for a few managers. You've got that whether they're available, whether you could prize them away, but ultimately, I think that's the point that Arsenal are going to get at. You're either going to feel like you've got a squad that's ready to win now, which means the manager hasn't done it up until this point, so you need to get another manager. Or you feel, right, we've got a manager that's capable of winning. He just needs the tools. I think he's been back to the line.
Although what you're saying is facts, our ownership love him, our board back him, and the majority of our fan base back him. So we ain't going anywhere. And I guarantee you this, as long as we get the title race challenge and trophyless even, I think the fan base will want to keep him.
Exactly. So I was literally about to say that, boss. I think the only way I can see Arteta getting sacked is if he finishes like 4th or something like that, right? And they don't win anything. I think they're just going to keep him because I'm looking around. Listen, Allegri, these guys are just tired now. Mourinho, tired now. You know what I'm trying to say? All these guys that you would look at back in the day and like, I want this guy to win for me. It's now the time for the era of the new managers. You know what I'm trying to say? The Artetas, the Marescas, the Anges, the companies.
That's a pro Maresca in there.
You know what I'm trying to say? Bro, it's true. It's the new, we're entering a new wave of football is what I'm saying, right? And you have to be smart. I know, look, it's two things can be true at once, right? Arteta, if he doesn't win anything this season, yes, he deserves to get sacked. He should get sacked. But in reality, if you're looking around and see who's available, you don't want to sack this guy and go get a lesser manager and then back to square one again. That's what you don't want to do as well.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think we have to get to the end of the season and make that decision. I think on week 2, talking about sacking Arteta is a little bit too early. Let's see what we can do this year. I agree with LB. I think we need to sort our window out because we've got 4 days left. We still need to bring in a couple of players at least. And we still got a couple of players that apparently want to leave. So it's going to be a busy few days, man. As for Villa, just lastly to touch on Villa, Billy, I know you were ranting and raving on Saturday. I get why. I'd be the same if my centre forward couldn't hit a barn door, right? But on a different day, maybe you do. But for me, I felt Arsenal showed a little bit of different mentality than they have done. Last season, we went into that game and I just didn't have confidence, man. I think you just come off the back of beating City as well, by the way. So I was like, geez, this is going to be tough. But I actually, unlike Deji, I don't think you're dusty. And I do think that you will have a decent season again.
Billy, sorry, Billy. Sorry. How did Felix get on for you again at the weekend? How did he get on?
He's committed career suicide.
Emotional damage.
Don is absolutely shameless, man. This is
this is the thing that they win one game and they don't know how to win. They don't know how to act.
Listen,
it is where it is, bro. It is where it is.
We get on to Chelsea, man. We get on to Chelsea, trust me. But I suppose.
Pots, could I just ask you a question quickly? I'd ask.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
Would you be happy with a 4th place finished in a Carabao?
Do you mean we come 4th or we go for a title and win a trophy?
No, you finish 4th. You finish 4th in a Carabao, or you push Man City to the end. Sorry.
I kind of feel like we can't be regressing in the Premier League. If we get to a stage where we're regressing in the Premier League, you've got to look at the manager. We'll be in a Ten Hag situation, won't we? Where we've done terrible in the league and then we go, well, it's a trophy. Let's just keep him.
2 trophies. 2 trophies.
Sorry, 2 trophies, Dan. Sorry, Dan.
Come on, man.
But for me, I feel like going 4th in the league, I mean, that means potentially Liverpool and Villa are displacing us, or maybe even Spurs, or maybe even Maresca and Chelsea. Wait, might get ahead of us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't know if you've seen that video floating about. I've rattled a few people, Pots. I've rattled a few people online today, man.
Bro, you have. Well, listen, this is what you do best, Don. You know, we'll get there. Trust me. I kind of feel like I need to come to LB next on his rivals because Manchester United. Oh my God, LB. Defensively,
Here we go. What's he going to say that hasn't already been fucking said?
They've signed defenders and defensively we're a shambles. I couldn't believe that last goal, I must say. I was thinking, what are they actually marking here?
Like, that's a lazy thing to say, mate. That's a lazy thing to say.
Who are they marking?
No, let me finish. You can't say, they've signed defenders and still look shaky. They played one of those defenders from the start.
Was
The
it
other one's
Delit
injured.
there? Was it Delit on
The
the
other
pitch?
one's injured, and he's not starting to lit at the moment. So
Was
you
it Delit
can't.
on the pitch at the end?
Yeah, it was at the end. Yeah, but he doesn't play
What
left
was he
back.
doing then? What was he doing
He
then?
doesn't play left back, does he?
No. But what were they doing defensively at the end there? Wasn't that, what did I say?
Yeah, I
that was
agree,
wrong?
but you're just going in saying, oh, they've signed defenders and they're still shaky. The whole fucking thing with the whole fucking game. If you want, we'll get into it, right?
I'll let you go.
The whole fucking thing was blind fucking arrogance. Okay, blind arrogance from a manager who survived the sack. I mean, look, I was one of the ones that said I didn't want him to go because I didn't want the people that we were linked with. Simple as that. It wasn't that I thought he was a will beater at all. But the arrogance, we scraped through against Fulham. We only really start turning up against Fulham when we switch the complete formation, bring Xerxes on and have a focal point to play through. So you think, brilliant. Okay, Xerxes gets the goal. We've got through that game. Away at Brighton, where our record isn't great, what do? We start with Bruno and fucking Mount up front again. And it's just like, why? And I've heard so many people saying,
why did Xerxes not play?
You tell me, mate. You tell me. Like, honestly, I hear people saying to me, "Oh, it's the second game of the season. You're going over the top. You need to back him." And I'm like, I've not seen anything in these last two games I didn't see last season. Okay, and this was the season that everything was meant to. There's no excuses this season. He's got the people behind him. We've got the players that we should be bringing in. But there still seems to be excuses. Okay, yeah, we can take the offside goal out of it. Probably in my eyes, definitely changes the game if it doesn't hit Xerxes. But the main thing that I took from that game, that I've taken from fucking every game that I've seen this guy, even when we've beat City, even when we've beat Liverpool, okay, even when we beat Chelsea with him, even when we've beat fucking Spurs with him, even when we beat Villa, okay, the same thing I take from it is there's no style of play. You've got players that pass the ball 57 times side to side backwards. Simple as that. There's no impotence. Instead of that, what we do then is hope that we can catch them on the break on a long ball with the diags and do something there. The second thing is every time a team plays against us, whether it be Brighton, whether it be fucking Shrewsbury Town, my home club, the space that is afforded to these teams, the space that these lads at the back are able to rake balls completely out onto the wings, it's fucking frustrating. They're saying, oh, well, Mainu looks tired. Mainu should look tired. He's carrying a fucking team on his back at the age of fucking 19, 20. Okay. The other thing for me is, what the hell is this guy doing? McTominay is just about to be sold to fucking Napoli. Okay. He's just about to be sold. He brings him on at the end, potentially getting him injured, potentially fucking the deal. Where is the logic behind this? Now, of course, we find ourselves in a situation where we were in his first season, where United fans are now pinning their hopes. Agate's going to come in. You watch us cook now. We're going to do things. We're going to the whole style of play is going to change. These open them, because at the moment I'm seeing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I felt sorry for Mazraoui. I thought Mazraoui was decent again at right back. Who's that?
It's me. Sorry. Just
go on.
You said that you don't see a style of play, but then you eloquently described the style of play, albeit it's a shit style of play. Do you not just think
it's not a style of play?
But that's the all right then. Not a style, patterns of play. Let me rephrase it. You can identify patterns of play that Man United are going to do. You could tell me, if you could keep your eyes closed and you could tell me the patterns that they're going to do on the pitch before they do it. Could you not? Currently, based on what you do.
100%.
Okay, so
100%.
Do you not then just think maybe that is the level? Do you not think
you have a style of play, Dan? You've definitely got one. Your style of play is mount press from the front, yeah, counter press, try win the ball high, and try cause chaos from the front. That's basically what Ten Hag is doing.
That's not a style of play, Don. That's just
no, but that's what I'm saying. No, that's
chaos.
what I'm saying. No, Potts. That is
chaos.
their style. That's their style, bro. That's their style. That's honestly what they do. Because when Mount came off at half time, straight away, bro, you could see that was the main reason why they were getting a lot of their chances, because Mount was pressing from the front. But from time I'm looking at a player and I'm talking about what they offer off the ball before I speak about what they do on the ball, that is a shambles, bro. That's absolute shambles. Mount came off. they're saying apparently he's injured or something like that. He never used to get this injured at Chelsea, bro. So you got to look at.
I don't think he was injured, Don. I think it's just a fucking excuse that Ten Hag uses. I think, like when he took Maguire off against Fulham, he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, he's done us a." To hear a fucking Premier League football manager say he's done us a favour and lasted as long as he. This isn't Sunday League. I haven't just fucking signed him from the pub down the road and said, "Can you fill in this week for me?" These are professional footballers, and I can't have another season like last season. I can't. It's been look. We've had our peak when throughout the late night, through the 90s, noughties. We have that little. Since 2013, it's done this, and that. And Ineos had the perfect opportunity, right, to sort this in the summer. Okay, but the people that they were linking us with, they wouldn't have done any fucking different. No chance. I won't have anyone say it. People are saying Tuchel, get Tuchel in. No chance.
That's naive. Even that's naive, though, to think that you can sort out the mess, that you can. You do that almost every single window. This is the window that we're just going to fix the club. You are not going to fix Manchester United in one transfer window. It is not possible.
I've said this, though, Errol, mate. I've said this.
I've
said this.
I know you have.
No, I'm not popping at you. I'm not popping at you. What I'm saying is,
but
I've said this week after week.
But even you, it's like you hit the refresh button and like allow them that opportunity again to prove you wrong, knowing full well it's just going to gaslight you. They're going to gaslight you into believing that something could be possible when we all know, as the football community, specifically Man United fans, know it's nigh on impossible to make that level of change that's needed. And I think the most disappointing thing from a Man United perspective is you can sit there and look at Arsenal, and Arsenal can sit there and say, all right, we're a couple of players away from really challenging City and trying to get it over the line. You can see City saying, right, we strengthen again, we can go again, and we can go and do 5. You can even see, irrespective of the levels of delusion, Chelsea, Spurs, they can feel as though, you know, we could challenge and push to get back into top 4. But Man United as fans, anything that you say is a target, it's just hot air, because you've not seen enough, or what you have seen from this manager has not been enough as a sample to say, yeah, we have got enough quality at our core to get us past the post into that Champions League spots again. If all the teams stay on the trajectory that they've been on for the last 2 years, albeit obviously Liverpool had a dip the season before, which allowed you back into the Champions League. Aside from that, if teams go back to the levels that they've been competing at, Man United are way off it. You've not done anything or made the improvements on the pitch that are actually going to signify that you can actually sit there and say, what's a realistic target from this season? So you just get bounced from pillar to post, from 1 week to the next. You'll win one, you'll lose one, you'll draw one. Win one, lose one, draw one. And that'll be your ebbs and flows for the season.
I agree. And you know something? I'm going to say it now, and Sam clip me, but it wouldn't surprise me if we fucking beat you at Old Trafford on Sunday. That's the chaos in this fucking team at the moment. That is the chaos, mate. We didn't lose against you all last season. What I'm saying is, do you see what I'm saying, though? That is the chaos of this fucking club. That is the chaos. He'll win on Sunday, and it'll be like, what were you worried about? What were you worried about?
Let me bring LB in, man, because he's been sitting there quietly. LB's always been quite honest and brutal about Man United. This is why I love listening to LB.
What, a Man City fan saying it? Oh my god!
Yeah. But it was interesting. I watched a little bit of the watch along, and I saw all of a sudden LB had a watch along coming. I was there's about 45 minutes gone, and LB's doing a watch along. What are we saying, LB? Learned anything at the weekend about United, or the same old?
Just confirms what we already knew, bro. That this manager is an absolute fraud. He doesn't know what he's doing. Said it for time. One of the first shows that we had on this show, me and Dan had a big debate about it. You know what I mean? And I said, this guy don't know what he's doing, man. He just doesn't know what he's doing. These players, people always say, oh, we need to get back to the United DNA. These players are still playing ollie ball, mate. You see when the opposition has the ball, yeah, and United like dispossess them on the edge of the box. They're all like a bunch of rats, mate. They all sprint out on the edge of the box, desperate to counter-attack. Rashford's eyes light up. Yeah, because that's all he's good for. Let's be real. Counter-attacking with the pace. He's had one of his best seasons under Ollie, because Ollie played like a lot of counter-attacking football, hence why he cooked in that season. He's actually good at that. He ain't good trying to break down teams. And when United have possession, they don't know how to break down teams. They're not like Arsenal. They're not like City. They can't break down teams, man. So I'm telling you now, yeah, he will get sacked. He will get sacked. He should have been sacked last season. Should have sacked him after the FA Cup and said, thank you very much, see you later, but you're not good enough.
Like you did for Van Gaal.
What you done. And All you're doing is kicking that can down the road. You should sack him now and try and sort your season out. You won't. You'll wait and wait and wait. It'll get to the point where you realise you're not even getting Europa League football, and then you'll sack him. It'll be too late, and then you'll start the whole process again. This is his 3rd season, guys. This is the season that he's meant to be challenging for the Premier League. Yeah, because if we're doing the whole phase thing, I imagine year 3 is generally when people say, yeah, teams should be challenging for the league. I'm not being funny. If you get top 6, if you get 6 this year, people will probably say that's a good year. That's how bad this guy has taken Man United back, man.
Yeah,
it's
I
absolutely
agree.
hilarious, you know. And I'm still seeing so many United fans saying, give him time. Give him time. You'd be serious. You know what I mean?
It's about Christmas, bro, LB, I promise you, bro. If it doesn't fix up, they've already got someone in reserve, Dan. That's where you can actually have a bit of hope as a United fan. Because for me, it's done with Ten Hag. You've got.
Yeah, but can I just point out there, though? Can I just quickly point out there? If you're appointing someone, yeah, if you're I imagine you're about Van Nistelrooy, yeah. So if you're appointing someone as Van Nistelrooy to be the number 2, and you're basically in your mind saying, yeah, if it goes wrong, then we'll put a. That's a red flag, bro.
That is. Yeah.
No, it is a red flag. LB, it's a red flag, but it's classic Man United fans. This is what we'll do. We'll go, oh, Ten Hag's gone. Rude. That's exactly what we'll fucking do. That's what they do. Okay, this is what Man United fans do. This whole fucking striving for us to be the best of the best. And I'm sick to death of hearing fucking fans say, but we're Manchester United this. I've said it time and... Gee, I can't take that, mate. I can't. Where? Which performance? The first half we played with two midfielders up top. We created fuck all. We had half chances. The second half, yeah, we did turn it around a bit, but guess why we turned it around? Because we were chasing the fucking game. It's as simple as that. I can't do this anymore with United fans. Look, I'm willing to sit here and say it. I was stupid and saying, don't get rid of him. But again, what I stand by is the people we were linked with, I didn't want any of that. But we can't do this anymore. And if Ineos have got their heads on their shoulders, if Berardi's got his head on his shoulders, if Ashworth's got his head on his shoulders, they should already be looking at who they can get in. And you know what? If they have to pay the fucking money to get a good manager in, they have to pay the good money to get a manager in. Because this will not work. Because trust me when I say this, all you boys on this panel, the distance is getting further and further away. And I count Chelsea in that with the chaos. I even count fucking Billy, and I fucking hate saying that. The distance is getting harder to close down, okay? Yeah, you have the fucking restart. Yeah, you hit the fucking button. And then you go, right, we're going to build from now. Well, from now, we're already miles away. So tell me how the fuck we sort that. Because honestly, this is going to get worse. Simple as that. To coin the phrase of fucking Deji, dusty.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Every time you hit the restart button, you lads think that you're starting from a position of strength. Whereas the reality is you start further away than where you was the last time you hit the reset button. It's like a sliding door every single time. So as LB said, you're 3 seasons in. And in your mindset, it should be, this is the season that we challenge Arsenal, we challenge City, we go in.
I agree.
But the reality is...
Can I just say, I agree with the comment from Z. It says, let's move on, Dan, please. I can't lie. Every time we bring the Man United segment on, I just want to, I can't even say it, to be honest.
You must have felt like that last week when a 37-year-old Vardy equalised against you, and we were told that you were finishing third in the table. So I get it.
No, Dan, on a level, I respect you. I really like you, but your club is so dusty. It's so dusty that I have no comment about Man United. The truth is, the Man United of old yesteryear. I mean, when I think of Man United, I'm having to go on YouTube and bringing up clips of 1993, 1994.
Deji, you're older than that, mate. You lived it. You lived it. Don't give me that. Don't give me that.
Bring up clips of 1993, 1994 because that was the good old days, for United fans. Do you know what I mean? When you guys were really a team. Right now, you guys are dustier than Tutankhamun. The fact that we spend 20 minutes on different streams talking about United like they're still relevant is beyond me. The truth is, you guys have fallen from grace and you have to slowly pick yourselves back up. For me, moving forward, I'm only giving United fans 5 minutes. You guys are crap. I knew you guys were rubbish when Eric Ten Hag had the audacity at the end of the FA Cup when they won it. Despite the fact that Pep didn't even look like he gave a damn, and LB can qualify this. Man City were not bothered that they didn't win that FA Cup. And Eric Ten Hag comes out with his chest. That's what I do. That's what I do. I win trophies. Mate, you took 14 L's. 14 L's in the league, and you want to say that's what I do.
14 L's, and we still finish with more silverware than fucking Spurs. What a sad state you lot are in. Fucking hell.
The truth is, I lost respect. I mean, I had no respect, but your respect was even further diminished when you kept that brother in charge. Unless you get rid of Eric Ten Hag, you cannot be taken seriously on any stream, any panel, or in the league. It's crap. Man United is rubbish. You were right, Dan. You were lucky. I swear the ball hit Zerski's knee in the game against Fulham to get the win. And then you got slapped up by Brighton. I mean, for crying out loud, guys. Man United is done. What we need to do, I think one is collecting money. We need to start collecting funds. And let's try, all of us, even though we're fans.
You think Everton 4-0, the worst team in the league, and I'm sat here listening. No, listen, I'm sat here listening to you crack on to me when you struggled against fucking Leicester City, and you're coming to me talking about 2-2 fucking Carmoon. Jamie Vardy's as old as 2-2 fucking Carmoon, mate, and he still scored against you.
Man, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Dan, maybe I didn't articulate myself properly, so I apologize. I just want my United back.
No, me not really chill.
Nobody else does.
Wait, Dan, I also say, Deji, I agree with everything you just said. Everything you just said, apart from the fact that we can only keep this to 5 minutes, because me and Errol are really enjoying this segment. Actually, so.
Loving it. The one I was going to ask, Dan, United, are you closer? Are you closer to being the new Leeds, or are you closer to being Man City?
Fucking hell. I've heard it all now, Errol. I've heard it all now. He beats Brentford and fucking Ipswich, and here he comes, the fucking chest
No, I'm asking
Give it 6 weeks.
You know me.
Give it
You
6
know my
weeks.
thing. No. Don't do that.
Deji, Don, you need to know this. No, Deji and Don need to know this. This brother up here in January this year told us to refer to him as the quad father, because Liverpool were winning the lot last season. So to have this I'd rather have Billy come at me than that. Come on.
I was just asking open questions. It was for you to interpret which one you were. There was no agenda. Trust me.
I love you, man. Do you know
Dan, I want to ask you a question, Dan. I want to ask you a question, bro.
Well done.
Do you think Garnacho should have done better for that finish, bro?
Yes.
I'm looking at that finish here, and people are saying
he put the ball in the back of the net. It's not his fault.
I know, but Dan,
so what should he have done? Lifted it.
He had a whole goal to aim at. I know it was on his weaker foot, right? Which might have, made him want to just try and get it in as much as he could, yeah. But I don't see Trossard, Jota, and that going away from goal. I can just see them burying it near post there.
I don't think I can agree with that. It was a goal. The guy don't touch it. It's a goal, bro.
Yeah, but but it's a split. Yeah, but in that split second though. LB, what I'm saying is, top players would read that situation. And for me,
Garnacho's not a top player yet. So Garnacho's not a top player yet. You've got to understand. You just mentioned Garnacho in the same breath as Diogo Jota and Trossard. Both of those are head or shoulders above, and that's no slate on Garnacho, because Garnacho has been one of your most consistent and quality players.
He's a kid.
But that's the point. He's a kid, so
that's my point. I feel like in that position, people are like, oh yeah, well, what can he do, bro? I know Xerxes. You're looking at Xerxes first. I'm just saying, in that moment there, I don't see the likes of Jota, Trossard, and that trying to finish it like that. I think they're gonna bury that near post. In my opinion, that's how I see it.
With Watkins have buried it.
I highly doubt it. He needs about 16 chances to score 1 goal, man.
Billy actually said that he agrees. He thinks Watkins and not Garnacho should have not have given the option. Is that what you said, Bill?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think you've got to. I think you've got to score from there. It's if Raya doesn't turn around and make the save, then Watkins scores as well. Do you know what I mean? You have to score. I get if Xerxes not there, but he was there. But can I just highlight Blue Moon FC's comment? Zerk knees. I found that quite funny.
Zerk knees.
Can I ask one final, just before you move on, right?
Go on,
can I ask Dan United a question? Yeah. What's it going to take for some of your fan base to actually turn on this guy?
Do you already have?
No,
haven't.
not
Errol, they
There's
haven't.
loads of United fans that still back Ten Hag. They're all
There
trusting the process,
is no
man.
booing. There is no booing at the stadium. There hasn't been since he's been there. There's none of that at him. In the stadium, they adore him. They absolutely adore him. So to answer that, LB, we'd have to. It would take a pumping at home against Liverpool. I think to really start them. The other thing is as well. I think the lucky thing is if there was a pumping by Liverpool. There's no transfer window. They can't go out quickly and try and go, right, okay, we'll rectify it. We'll bring X, Y, and Z in because the transfer window's done by then. So, Errol, I don't know, mate. That's the thing. Sorry, LB, I don't know.
If you lose to Spurs, he has to go.
When do we play Spurs?
It's game week 6.
Is it? Mate, yeah, well, fucking hell. Let's try and get through this one first, Edge. Fucking hell, mate, honestly.
Listen, man. Before we go to proper Chelsea and talk about Maresca Ball with Don, LB, just quickly, man. I know there's not much to talk about, but my God, Haaland is special, man. Oh my God, this centre forward is ridiculous, man. I saw a stat. I think it was Dan who put it in the chat, saying that every 9 games, this bro scores a hat trick every 9 games. That's mad.
I hate him.
He's already scored over 4 goals for Man City 4 times. I think it is. It is 2 seasons he's been here. This is mad. I can't lie, LB. I think this is. I think whether he stays at Man City for a long period of time or not, I'm not saying he will or won't. I think when he starts playing football, I think we're going to look at these numbers and they're going to be ridiculous, bro. What you saying?
He's going to go down as one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. That's what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know if you guys. I keep saying this stat. Yeah, out of the top 50 goal scorers in Champions League history, he's the only person on that top 50 to have a goal every game or better. The only player in the top 50 champions that includes Mbappe, includes Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo. He's the only player on that. He's a hat-trick record is an absolute joke. I mean, I've seen Aguero's. Yeah, Aguero's was already pretty freaky, man. You know what I mean? And then Haaland's just coming in. A hat-trick every 10 games. No, madness. Hat-trick every 10 games. That is an absolute joke, crazy, man. So the guy's an absolute beast. He's a machine. He's a goal machine. He's still so young. He's still so young.
Who was that?
Who was that?
Don't be shy.
Did no one else hear that? Somebody
farted.
Is that not me? Anyone else hear that? No. Fair enough. Now, listen, the real talk, man. He is phenomenal. I mean, what's his name in goal for Ipswich? Like to try and help him as best that they can. I will say that. However, it was funny because I spoke to Judges last night, right? And he was obviously on the way up to the Villa game, and they went Ipswich have scored, and he went 5-1 City. Everybody else went in the car. Him, Robbie, that'll be 4-5-1, and it was, man. I mean, real talk, absolutely crazy. I honestly believe this guy will go down in Premier League history as being the one that's going to score all the records, man. Like, I'm talking about Shearer, we're talking about Henry, Aguero, all these goals, Rooney. I think he can hit them numbers if he stays in the Premier League. That is, I mean, he might go to Real Madrid or something one day. Who knows? I have no idea.
It all depends on what happens end of this year, doesn't it? Being disrespectful, LB, it does bow down to that, doesn't it? If anything comes of that, then he'll go. I should imagine.
Yeah, our whole football club is on that, so it's not point in speaking about Haaland, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the guy.
No, I mean the goals wise.
I get it. But I just think when you got a player like that up top, yeah, and I look at Arsenal, I'm like, you need someone like that, man. You know, whoever, whether it's Isak, whether it can be like an Osimhen, whether it can be someone else.
Osimhen's off to Saudi, isn't he?
Is unknown. Yeah, but I think that's what Arsenal need, man. That's what I think Arsenal need. As good as Havertz is doing, I just think that's what you're lacking, man. So yeah, I think we'll win the league. I think we're going to cook.
I think you are, man. I can't even lie. And do you know what the mad thing is? Just lastly on City, Rodri's been replaced. Rodri's been replaced now. Gundogan's come back. And you can either play a double pivot of him and Kovacic, or you can just play Gundogan because he's that good, man. He must be over the moon with that one, LB. I think that's probably one of the signings of the summer. I can't lie.
Free transfer as well. I mean, last year, let's be real, we downgraded, yeah? We all agree on that. We lost Gundogan, we lost Mahrez, right? We downgraded. This year, we've upgraded. So we didn't even play that well last year. I'll be real with you. Yeah, we didn't.
The only position is Haaland, isn't it? If you lose Haaland, obviously Alvarez will be replaced.
Yeah,
I guess.
we might go into the market. Yeah, we might go into the market for a backup. Yeah, but you say that we've won the league with no striker as well. So Pep. You throw at anything at Pep. He's very underrated. People think that he has the perfect team and that. He definitely has a lot of tools, but he's been given situations in the past that he's had to deal with, i.e. no striker, no centre-back, and we've come through it. So, yeah, I'm not too worried, to be honest with you. I just think the team's just mad gassed at the moment. All the fan base are buzzing because Gundogan's come back. The players are buzzing. The manager's buzzing. I reckon the manager's going to stay. And I just think that last year was Arsenal's chance, man. I think we'll win it. I think we'll win it again.
I don't like to hear that, man. I don't like to hear that at all. Listen, I don't think there's much more to say on City, if I'm honest with you. Deji, I feel like you're going to come in.
I just want to quickly recognise Pep for acknowledging his mistake. We all saw it last season and we thought it was a mess, them getting rid of Gundogan. I didn't think City had a great season. That
wasn't his mistake. He wanted him to stay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but, letting him go. For me, I just feel like when you've got top talent in your club, you have to just try and do your best to keep him. And I just felt Pep should have fought harder for Gundogan.
With Harry Kane.
Stuff. However, look, Gundogan is back and I think they're going to do what they did. No, we wanted Kane to leave. He did 10 years or so. He didn't win anything and we wanted him to go and get a trophy. You know what I mean? And that's perfectly fine. Unfortunately for Kane, even though he left.
Deji's too much, man. Deji is too much, bro. I'll tell you this now.
Crazy.
Let's move to Maresca ball. Deji, I'm going to come to you actually before Don comes in. Impressed with Chelsea? I mean, 6-2. They battered Wolves. Chelsea back. Is Don right? Is Maresca going to cook? What are we saying?
I'll keep it short and sweet. I want to come with the same energy that I came with you last week. I can't get impressed slapping up a Wolves team that doesn't eat meat. And that's it. That first half, it was fairly even. Let's be real. Wolves carved up Chelsea just as well as Chelsea carved up Wolves. That second half was just really, really weird. I just couldn't understand why it was literally the same movement and they were just getting punished. And it's like Gary O'Neill didn't learn from it. So for me, well done to Chelsea because at least they took their chances. They were more clinical. But that Wolves team was also really dusty. And I think Wolves could be our surprise package to going down this season as well. I think they're that poor. So I think well done because you can only beat us in front of you. But I don't think Wolves are the same Wolves that we've seen. They're quite crap, to be honest. So well done, Chelsea. But I like to see what Chelsea do when they play proper teams moving forward.
Listen, Madueke was cooking, Palmer was cooking, I must say that. But my God, Caicedo and Enzo got bopped on in that first goal. What the hell was that all about, man? They just got walked past. It was embarrassing. Don, come on, man. Talk to me. I guess you were well impressed and think that Maresca ball's back and all this, man. What are you saying?
Bro, listen, first half was anti-Maresca ball, bro. It felt like I was watching Poch again. Lack of control, bro. Lack of cohesion, lack of being able to do the basics. And what I said before the game, Potts, I said, this team we've put out, I'm looking at the players more than the manager if we don't manage to beat Wolves because he's put out a good lineup. You know what I'm trying to say? But Caicedo just struggling to do the basics in build-up. Yeah, and one of the key things with Maresca, bro, he needs that player in the midfield, like a Lavia, like an Enzo, like a Harry Winks, to be able to dictate the game. And Caicedo was struggling, bro, to progress the ball from A to B. Every time he's getting it, he's just losing it. For one of the goals that they scored, he just got dispossessed. Some people are saying it's a foul, which, to be fair, it was a foul. But some refs aren't going to give that. But for me, I was more annoyed at the fact that he didn't sort out his feet. That's what annoyed me more than the actual foul, right? So I wasn't happy with that first half. And I said to the guys in the group chat, I said, second half, you're going to see a big difference because Maresca's going to shout at these guys. That first half is not how he wants to play football. And straight away, you could see the difference, bro, in the intent, how he was pressing to get the ball back. Caicedo, bro, it's like he was a different player in the second half when he came back out. He was doing the basics well. Enzo, for me, captain performance in the second half. He was dictating the game, switching the ball from left to right to Madueke, like you're saying, Potts. And in front of goal, bro, very clinical. We kept seeing the same pattern. The same pattern wasn't seen in the first half. Then you can say, Wolves were bad than that. We made them play like that. It was literally a game of two halves. In the first half, Wolves were all over us, bro. And if they had, a little bit more edge in the final third, we might have been 3 goals down, 2 goals down. But I thought Levi Cole was fantastic in this game, bro. Because he's been getting cooked, and rightly so, because he hasn't been good enough. But I thought in this game, he actually stood up. He made a vital block in the first half. On the ball, the way he was just punching it into the midfield, punching it to the likes of Neto to allow us to just attack. And that's what we kept doing, bro. Attacking, right? Look who we're bringing off the bench, bro. Neto, Nkuku, Felix, right? Felix came off the bench, scored a goal. And that's why it's good that we've got this big squad, because now we can look at the bench. Okay, Mudryk, you didn't play well. At halftime, you come off. I really like the in-game management for this game.
Who didn't play well?
Mudryk, bro.
Oh, okay.
He was quiet. He was quiet in the game. Bro, he started off the game all right. I'll be real. He started off the game all right. But the problem with that first half, Potts, is we weren't getting the ball enough to the wingers. Right, and that's a key thing in Maresca's system. He wants the wingers to be isolating the fullbacks. And that's why he saw Madueke doing really well. But again, the in-game management to take him off was very good, because Poch used to wait until like the 70th minute and then take the person off, you know, and then bring on Alfie Gilchrist or just weird footballers, right? That shouldn't be playing when we're trying to win the game, or we're trying to make sure we score more goals or whatever, right? So I like the in-game management. I like the fact that Madueke is now using his weaker foot. It's making him a little bit more unpredictable, you know? So that's what we need to do, bro, because last season we used to leave games, Chelsea have lost again because we missed chances. You know, Chelsea have lost again because, or dropped points because we've missed more chances. We need to be clinical, bro. Wolves had more XG than us, but we still beat them in the end by 6 goals, which shows me we was very good in front of goal. So
Can I say, Don, like, there's a lot that I don't agree with you on football with Chelsea, right? But we need to stop bringing up Harry Winks, man. Like,
Harry Winks was very good at Leicester last season, bro. Talk to any Leicester fans, they'll tell you. He's one of the key. Of course I don't want him. Of course I don't want him. But he was key. He was very key in how Maresca wanted to play. And he was one of the main reasons why they got promoted.
Who's the Harry Winks in this Chelsea squad then?
Lavia's our Harry Winks. Harry Winks. It's Lavia.
You know what I think of Lavia. I rate Lavia highly. I think he's a baller, man. I think he's an absolute baller. Look, I thought Wolves were falling apart in that second half. I thought it was embarrassing, if I'm honest. So I'm kind of with Deji a bit in the second half. But Madueke impressed me. Impressed me. I thought he was really good, man. I thought he was really good. And it's a player that I wouldn't say I didn't like, because I haven't seen enough of him, if I'm honest. But for me, I think you need to keep him in the team, man. Because if he's going to be putting in performances like that, he needs to be seeing what he can do with that, man. Dan, what are you saying, bro?
Couple of things. Like, first thing for me, what the fuck did Gary O'Neill say at half time to that Wolves team? What on earth did he say? Because they battled, they were brilliant the first half. I thought they were stunning. I thought Gusto was a lucky boy, Don. I think Palmer took the shine off a little bit, giving the ref a bit of a berating and taking the yellow, because Gusto had just been booked, hadn't he? I think just before that. So I thought you were lucky with that one. But yeah, Madueke, man. I mean, I really liked him last season. I felt for him last season. I just didn't feel like he was unleashed. But I honestly, every time he touched the ball, I was like this in my seat, like, fuck me, this kid. How old is he? 20, 21?
22, I think. 21, 22.
22.
Billy knows all about him. He scored against him. He knows all about him.
You've got to play him, mate. You've got to play him. But I do still go back to the point last week that Dan made, and I think you do need a different keeper, mate. I still don't trust Sanchez in goal for you lot. I don't like him.
Yeah, that guy's trash, man.
We've got Jorgensen that we've just signed, who for me is a better keeper than Sanchez.
7 other keepers to choose from as well.
Yeah, we've got a lot on our books. You know what I'm trying to say? We've got a lot on our books right now. But yeah, Jorgensen's going to surprise a lot of people, man. Like, I watched a lot of his games back at Villarreal. They were shit defensively, bro. They conceded over 60 goals, but he was saving them in a lot of their games, bro. Making some vital saves. On the ball, he's very comfortable in comparison to Sanchez. And against Servette, you could clearly see why they've gone and signed this guy. He's the right profile for the team. He's only 22. He's going to keep getting better. He's not the best shot stopper. Like, he's not like an Alisson or like Martinez, but he's good enough to do enough in the goal, if that makes sense. So where it is with him, where it is with Sanchez, I reckon Maresca's going to wait for one more blunder and then take him out. But to be fair to him, bro, for one of the goals that we scored for Cole Palmer's goal, he just went long to Jackson, and then Jackson created for Palmer. And that's what I was telling you, Potts. I keep telling Potts, stop talking about Jackson as if he's useless, bro. Jackson is not a good finisher, but he is a good footballer. Whether you like it or not, he is a good footballer, bro, right? And him and Palmer have a very good link up between them. And once again, he created for Palmer, yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? So he's only going to keep getting better. But I just don't want Jackson leading the line week after week. Hence why I want us to sort out Osimhen this coming week. We'll see what happens there. But bro, it's good. Like I can clearly see, you know how you're talking about patterns, Dan, where you're worried and you don't really see much from Man United. I'm seeing the patterns, bro, from Chelsea. We scored the same goal 3 times, whatever it was. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's very clear that what he's drilling, these guys have been able to understand it quite quickly. I know there's still a few things like in terms of on the transition in the first half, we didn't look great, but I think that's just more of the players. They need to keep understanding it and keep playing. And then by the end of it, it'll just be like second nature, bro.
Don, do you not think you scored the same goal 3 times because of Wolves' horrific defending?
We made them defend like that, bro. We made them defend like that, bro. If you didn't make
them vacate the left-hand side.
Bro, if you move the ball quickly, what we do, right? We switch the ball quick. That's one thing about us, right? And we attack as a 5. It's a 3-2-5 on the ball, right? When you've got 5 players attacking you like that, like what Dan's saying with Wakey running at you and that, it's long. They had Nori that was inverting, and every time they lost the ball, it was basically what was happening to us in the first half with Gusto when he was inverting. They had no one there.
A better team nips that in the bud, don't they?
Yeah, well, yeah, a team that might not want to have.
That surprised me about O'Neill, because O'Neill last season tended, if they were on under the cosh, he'd just shut up shop and say that's it, it's done. I don't know if he thought maybe there was goals still in it with Chelsea, defending in the first half, but he just got it horrifically wrong. He got it in the second half. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I literally couldn't believe what I was watching.
He should have tweaked it. He should have tweaked it for sure. I think the in-game management on his side wasn't great, but at the same time, I can't look at our performance in the second half and say it wasn't on Maresca, it wasn't on the players, bro. We made them.
Of course not. You came out and won 6-2. I don't expect you to, but what I'm saying is, I think a better team probably nips those issues in the bud. It happens once, it doesn't happen again, kind of thing. And if it happens twice, it certainly doesn't happen a third time.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Billy? Do you think Joe Felix finishes that shot instead of Watkins?
Yeah, I do. Both of them.
Man, I ain't getting into that debate, man.
Joe Felix, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Back home, comfortable, comfortable. We've got Palace next. Don't make me make
whether he's playing in the Champions League next season, Adon.
Say that again.
Bro.
I said, let's see whether he's playing in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Yeah, man, very good performance from us in the second half. Very good performance.
Billy, you're talking like you're an established Champions League team. Shut up.
Let him have his moment. I know he's had some European glory, unlike some over here, on this panel. North London boys haven't had that. So I'll allow Billy, man.
Enough. Let's move to Errol, man. And do you know what? I'll bring Errol and Deji in together, man, as we close, because both fairly comfortable wins. I mean, Everton. Deji talks about dusty. Everton really are dusty. Oh my God, they are a dusty team. And Brentford, I thought that was a bit of a snooze fest there. I can't even lie. But let me instead of talk about the game, because I think everyone see that Liverpool were comfortable and I think Spurs were comfortable. Do you two see each other fight? Do you see each other? I'll come to you first, Errol. Do you see yourself and Spurs sort of in a similar scenario this season, or do you think Liverpool are levels ahead of Tottenham? Because Deji believes that Tottenham are going to be finishing above you, man.
And Errol, let us know when you land properly, mate, because it looks like you're on a plane with that fucking thing round your head.
I'm just chilling. Now, I know what it is, I'll be honest. The expectation is to win as many games as possible and see where that leads us. I know that sounds like a bit of a cop-out, but I think from this manager, what he wants from this team is to, without saying it overtly and putting it out there, he wants to directly challenge City this season. Do I think we're capable and equipped to do that? Not 100%, but I don't think that's a bad target to have. If that's the barometer, then if you fall short of that, you're probably going to fall short in the Champions League spots. I don't think Spurs can set themselves that level of ambition based on the quality of their squad, based on what they've done in recent seasons, based on the history of Spurs, to be honest with you. So to put Spurs and Liverpool in the same bracket, it's a good look for Spurs. But I think it's probably a bridge too far for where they're currently at. I think they need to respectfully focus on trying to secure Europa League football, locking that off and having a good run in the Cups. I think that's probably where they're aiming. And that's not, again, I don't know my man enough to call individual shots. I just don't suspect.
I think you're right. You don't know me.
Deji, hold on. Before you answer, bro, why are you looking like a Victorian again? I keep telling you this.
Bro,
Have you been cleaning
I don't
chimneys
know.
or something again?
Honestly,
Why are you
I don't know what's going on with my camera, legitly, but I'm gonna have to buy a new camera because it's just
Look like we're watching you on
imagine getting
CCTV.
a new laptop and the camera don't bloody work. But look, let me be real because you know Errol speaks with a lot of chest, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Errol, and don't go anywhere. This is my warning shot to you. You understand? Let me tell you real quick about your club. Right.
Here we go.
Arnie Slot ain't done nothing. Right now, he's just breathing a sigh of relief. Every game that you play, you can just see the relief off his forehead. The truth is, this brother's not legit. What we're seeing with Liverpool is that I could have been in charge of your squad and got 6 points. I haven't seen anything from Arnie Slot to make me think that you guys could even do anything close to Man City, Arsenal, or Spurs this season. And the barometer, my bedroom, since that's your favorite word, is time. Let time pass. Let's see where you man are on Boxing Day. Because I can tell you this, Errol, you be getting smoked the same way I smoked Dan earlier today. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think Arnie Slot, I think you got a good squad, but I don't think Arnie Slot knows what to do with that squad. And time is what it's going to be. As for my club,
the thing that I find that funny though, because one of the biggest criticisms that I've got, and I take your point, he hasn't done anything. Fair enough. I can't really rebuttal that. But one of the things that I've always said about the squad that we've currently got, there are certain players in the squad that I feel can still go up a level or two. And I'll give you a prime example. Luis Diaz, someone that I feel is a good enough player, but he doesn't have the output. What he's done in the first 2 games with him and how he's got him to be more output focused in terms of GA. And I know that's a buzzword that people hate at the minute. But for me, he needed to score more goals and he needed to create more opportunities for others on the pitch. He's already doing that. So if he's able to sustain that, and I'll be completely real with you, your point was 100% spot on. You could have been the manager of Liverpool Football Club and got us 6 points out of those games. Do you know why? Because our squad in itself is good enough. We have a squad good enough for top 4, irrespective of who that manager is in this here and now. 12 months' time, that might look different. 12 months' time, we might not have Van Dijk. We might not have Salah. We might not have Alisson. We might not have Trent. So in 12 months' time, we can reopen that debate. But as we stand right here and now, we have a good enough squad to finish top 4, irrespective of the manager. The manager's job is to push us further than what we've done in the last 2 years. Do I think he's capable of that? I've already said I'm going to hold my hands up and reserve judgment because I don't know. I haven't seen a catalogue of his work to be able to put my chest out, but I can bank on my players. My players ain't going to get rolled over between now and Boxing Day. You to feel like you're going to be smoking anything.
Just let's be clear. I love Liverpool as a club. It's just I just hope that this brother Arnie Slot, because the pressure of trying to fill in the shoes for Klopp, I just hope he can untangle all the good work that's been put in place. Because you can have a manager that can do too much. If he leaves it alone and doesn't try to make it his own, I agree. But if he starts tinkering around the edges and says, you know what, I want this club to look like me and be a representation of Slot and not Klopp, I think that's where the trouble's going to land. So far, he's kind of left it alone. How long is he going to leave it alone is the question. So genuinely, I like Liverpool. I think you should crack on. I just don't trust your manager, and that's my personal opinion.
I don't think there is a lot of pressure on Slot because at the end of the day, no one expects him to win the league. No one expects him to win the Champions League. All he needs to do is finish 3rd or 4th, and that's it.
But that's pressure, bro. That's pressure.
No, but it's not pressure when Liverpool are so clear of everyone else. Liverpool are so clear. You've got Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, Alisson. These guys are going to walk the top 4 easy,
top
bro.
4 in the Prem is not a joke. You've got Villa, you've got Newcastle, you've got Spurs, you've got Chelsea now.
They're going to have good moments. Both of those teams you've mentioned, including Spurs, you're going to have some good moments. 4-0 against Everton, for example, great moments. We couldn't beat them last year at their gaff. They finished and put the final nail in our hopes of going for a title. So you're going to have good moments. But the reality is, there are teams in this league, City, Arsenal, that are going to win 28, 29, 30, 33 games upwards to that extent. Liverpool are in that bracket. We'll win up to 28 to 20 to 29, maybe 30 games at a push. You're not in that bracket. You can't say you're going to have that consistency. And same for Chelsea. Chelsea are going to have some good moments. 6-2 against Wolves. Brilliant. Enjoy it. Drink it up for a whole week until you get tonked on the weekend. The reality is there are only 2 to 3 teams that are going to go and put in W's up to 30 this year. And there's only City, Arsenal, and Liverpool that have got the credentials and the capability to do it. And I said it about Arsenal. Until Arsenal could prove me 2 seasons ago that they was capable of doing it, I knew that at some point it would derail. Now I have to talk about Arsenal differently because they've proven that they're capable. Until your teams can do that, I ain't going to change my stance.
Look, you're not going to change your stance, and I'm not going to try and persuade you to change your stance. What I'm just going to quickly say about my club is that we're back and we're coming for all of you.
What is back, though? What is back?
Back is we're going to be challenging in the top. I expect my club to be top 3, bro. I expect us to finish above you. No disrespect. Postecoglou came out and said it. Pep also confirmed he expects Spurs to be in the title race, and I agree with both them.
There it is. Pep Guardiola said that the Spurs are back to the back.
Errol, the one thing that you have over me is the fact that the
league titles, Champions League, a whole bag of trophies,
a nice pillow around your head.
Pep said it. Pep said it.
You don't know about them yet. Older Bear on the wing is cooking. As long as that brother doesn't get injured, it is long for a lot of clubs. Newcastle this weekend. Watch what we do to Newcastle. I hope we do what I expect us to do. Go over there, slap them 3 or 4-0. Then you, man, will put some respect on my club. But let me tell you this. You might not know the Spurs players, but watch out for them youngsters. Bergvall, Older Bear, and Solanke. Them 3 brothers there is the reason why I believe my club's going to get top.
Solanke is
I'm just going to leave it like that. Just hope as we come back, we'll be seeing the 3 points on the board. And I keep telling you, that.
Yeah, just hope by next week I'm not calling Older Bear Winnie the Pooh. Just put it that way, all right?
Deji's
just don't go
funny guy. Anyway, because the reason why Chelsea can't get top 4 in his eyes and Chelsea can't finish above him is because we've got all these young players, which now is even a myth. Well, it's not a myth, but we've got a lot of experience in the team. Yeah, with Deji on the other hand, in a bit. With Deji on the other hand, all his young boys are his saviors. You know, Bergvall is his savior. Archie Gray is now his savior.
Did you see the clips of Odegaard, bro? Did you see it?
Bro, he's literally on my list for people to watch this season because I was watching him at Burnley. He's a good. I like him. He's a good player, right? But you're putting all your hopes in.
I didn't say that your young players weren't good. I said the problem you guys are going to have is you've got too much talent to manage a squad. And I don't believe that Maresca is going to be able to get it right. I'm not convinced because you slapped up a Wolves team that doesn't eat meat that is all of a sudden sorted out.
Let's not make this about Chelsea. I'm saying have the same energy. Don't try to say that.
I've got the same energy. Have you noticed we didn't mention Chelsea? Did you notice that we didn't mention you guys? Yeah, because you're not
have
involved.
The same energy. Have the same energy when you're judging your young players and you're judging my young players, bruv. Yeah. Have the same energy.
I'm just telling you, I don't mention
Deji, can I ask a question? Honest question. If you don't get 3rd, 4th or Champions League, why would that be?
If we don't get 3rd or 4th, then it's because Postecoglou is a madman, to be honest with you. And I think that would be because he played the high line. There were certain games he should have adapted. He didn't adapt, and we got punished. The real measure will be this weekend because Newcastle punished us last year. He needed to adapt. He needed to drop it a little bit low, push the defense line back a bit. If he goes with the same tactic and we get slapped up by Newcastle, then you know he's a madman, and that is the reason why we need him. If he adjusts and we beat Newcastle, just know, I told you lot before the season started, you need to be looking at my club. And the way that we punished Everton, it really should have been 9. I left the stadium disappointed with 4-0. That's how much we were sourcing. I expect us to do the same against the zebra crossings. And I swear down, we will go over there and slap these brothers up. So once we do that, then you know. Postecoglou is a good manager. He plays good football. And that's the point that Pep was saying. The way Spurs play football, if they get it right, it's very, very hard to stop.
Dej, just a quick one on the Pep, because you keep mentioning Pep. I seen the interview where he was speaking. You do realise he included 8 teams.
Bro, my team was involved. That's all I care about.
Yeah, but it's like he's included.
Who are the other teams? Who are the other teams?
Well, the top 8. He's included nearly half of the teams. It's not really like Pep said my team. Like, he included nearly half of the league.
Remember, look, the one thing I would say is that Pep has an unbelievable respect for Spurs. Whether you like it or not, LB, we've been at your bogey team. I'm not saying that makes us great, but we have been a bogey team for City. And I think he said something like his highlight of the season would be to score a goal at our gaff. You know, that's the level of domination that Spurs have had, whatever you want to call it, over City. So I'm just saying, Pep, when he drops these little things in there, there's something behind it. And I want all of us to not just hear it, but to take a step back and really look deep. Because the way Tottenham are sourcing right now, it is dangerous for you all. And that's it.
You say, just to clarify, you say the way Tottenham are sourcing, you have won one game and drawn the other game.
Oh, have we lost? Have we lost the game?
But you've not won both of the 2 games. So
I'm just saying, but Spurs lost the game.
Okay, sourcing, but win 1 game out of 2.
Bro,
okay, bro.
That's right. Watch us. We are sourcing.
No, on the real though, I'd say this. Yeah, obviously, Deji likes to joke. Yeah, I'll say this though: if they go to St James's Park and win, then I actually probably take you serious for top 4.
You know what, LB? Can we clip that? And I respect you for that statement, because I know on the outside looking in, Tottenham don't look great, but you got to watch Spurs play to understand what I'm trying to say. And
well, look at your fixtures. Yeah, at your next 4 games, it includes Tottenham, Newcastle away, North London derby, Man United.
Yeah.
So it's a test, isn't it? This is a test.
Slap them all.
Slap them all. Yeah. We clipped that bit as well.
He said that Deji told me this last year. Deji told me he was going to slap us last year and he lost both games. It's crazy, man. This is the way it is. But listen, big up to everybody that's in the house, man. Big up to Deji. Make sure you go follow Deji Spurs. Make sure you go follow AV Billy and Total Screamers. Make sure you follow It's LB. Make sure you're following United First. And make sure you do me a favor and go and follow Errol and Don as well. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Well over 1,000 of you here at one stage. Absolutely brilliant number. So please make sure you all hit the subscribe button and go and follow the man them. Absolute legends. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. And as always, up the Arsenal. Latest people.
Big up.